Alright, so this is the same dev build in the previous video, but I've made some adjustments just so that I can better survive the Arbiter fights on this dude. This guy takes forever to kill the Arbiters, by the way, and I think I know why. It's because, I mean, again, they nerfed Despair into the ground, so he's got no debuffs helping him. Most of his damage is off Reflect Bullets, Overwhelming Force, and the melee concussion or melee bonus, but all three of those get severely nerfed. Not really nerfed, but I just mean in the Arbiter fight, all three of those abilities don't really help you much because there's not really any adds that would further buff Overwhelming Force damage for me, and there's no, and again that makes Reflect Bullets not do as much, and then this dude is pure melee. And then, as I will also say, his Dark Armaments, Axe Cramp, Reflect Bullets does nothing with that too, which is honestly the nail in the coffin for Reflect Bullets offering virtually any help for damage in this fight. So yeah, you'll see this is, 6 or 7 minutes. My other builds you've seen, they kill this dude in like 2 minutes or less, even like a minute and a half, and they're again pure tank max health builds. This is the dude alone that takes freaking 6 or 7 minutes, which I know that alone makes it harder on him, but it's really not that. It's because everything he uses does not work. So if you see what I did, I'm not using Boulder Dash. Instead, I'm using Grav Leap. Again, it's because Overwhelming Force doesn't really help me as much. It's still a big chunk of my damage, but not as useful. And making this change, I still noticed my time to kill him didn't really go down much, even though I'm missing quite a bit of armor buffs on him now. But I do this intentionally because, I mean, I still keep Reflect Bullets and Golem active all the time, so Overwhelming Force is always doing something at least. And then I just use my guns more for the damage. And again, the concussioner bonus doesn't help much because it basically just reflects maybe like 80% of his one melee hits on him. Once again, I'm pretty sure from what I've seen, whenever I do risk it and do a melee during the axe nonsense or the hive nonsense, it does not factor any of that damage in. I don't get a damage bonus by taking damage during that nonsense. So again, this is the perfect way to show you how bullcrap this guy is, because everything on this entire build does not work during this now. So I'm in Grav Leap now because I learned. Now don't get me wrong, and before you all whine about this too, I have beaten this dude without even doing this by just playing Ring Around the Rosie with my Weapon Leech gun, like on my other dudes. The problem is I will still sometimes die during that, even with all my Weapon Leech healing, because it's not as much as my other classes. If you compare this to my other 3 classes, my Pyro has way more Weapon Leech healing. My Techno has way more healing, period, and his turrets are just always healing him. He doesn't even have to risk getting staggered between shots or anything like that, because his turrets heal him back to full health instantly. And then finally, my Trickster, yeah, his Weapon Leech healing is roughly the same as this dude, but the difference is he has shield gains going on constantly, and I'm pretty sure the shield gains, even though the axe nonsense breaks through those constantly, I think it still offsets some of that from what I've seen. But the big thing is that his slow trap works. Again, his slow trap actually works on the axes, and they've buffed slow trap so much that he can pretty much have slow trap on the entire time. He just has to, like, you still take tons of damage from the hives inside the slow trap, but still, you nerf a big chunk of the damage from the axes, and then you can just, that combined with the Weapon Leech just moving around inside the trap is enough for him to just be fine. You've seen him. He's pretty much fine now in this fight too. But this Devastator, nothing works. My Reflect Bullets does not work. It does not protect me. It does not reflect anything from that on him. Golem, as we've already tested, and I've seen more proof on this dude, Golem does not do anything. It does not protect me. That also means Boulder Dash does nothing, and in fact, Boulder Dash has gotten me killed in the middle of it, because I don't take 65% less damage from it during Boulder Dash, and since I have to go directly into him, where he's taking, again, it's even worse because all of my damage is close range, where you also take the most damage during that too. So Boulder Dash just gets me killed. So as you're seeing, what I'm doing is I'm abusing Grav Leap. I tweak my skill tree because I don't need heirloom armor. I don't need the armor bonuses, the close range bonus, and I don't need the extra cooldown on kinetic skill because I'm literally only using Gravity Leap to avoid that nonsense and not even really use it to hit him. So I learned the best way is get more health, not because health helps you at all either, because it doesn't, but, well, I mean, the damage you take is not based off your max health, once again. Instead I use that to grab all of the health regen nodes the Devastator gets. So that way, between getting forced back down on the ground and going right back up into invincibility mode and Grav Leap, if I take any damage you see, I heal a lot of it off. And then I just make sure I shoot because my Firestorm heals me back up to full anyway. So then I just, I go back down, spend like 1 second shooting. I have enough healing to at least last 1 second during any of that nonsense, and I just go right back up again. And I just wait till it's over. And then this fight is really long, but now it actually feels pretty easy, to be honest, because all my other stuff does work during this crap. It's just that nonsense again. So let me reiterate this again to you. Reflect Bullets does not work. Golem does not work. Boulder Dash does not work. Your max health stat does not work at protecting you. Your armor definitely does not work, because this is, I remember someone asking me when I proved resistance does nothing, if maybe armor does, like, well, this guy has a ton. He got over 11 million armor when all his buffs are on, so yeah, no. Armor does nothing either. And resistance does nothing. He's got 60% base resistance, but really in close range it's like 70% with this dude alone. That keeps going up for every ad. So his resistance is also almost max already without even having Circle of Power on him. So he's got high health, he's got max armor, and almost max resistance. All three of those, as you see, don't really do anything either during that axe nonsense. So it really goes to show you how ridiculous it is, and also why this build is so much more susceptible to it, because literally everything about this build makes the bullcrap from the Dark Armaments on the Arbiter that much worse, because everything he uses doesn't work during it.